What's up everyone? Today we have a fantastic discussion for you. We're going to be talking about the recent rumors involving the Nintendo NX coming from Eurogamer. Here with me to discuss this is Keeper Toby and the king of hype himself, HMK. But I would love for you to be a part of the conversation as well. If you have anything to add, want to join as a guest on a future discussion, or just want to share your thoughts with us, please subscribe and comment below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. So Eurogamer posts this article on the Nintendo NX, not just as a rumor mind you, but as fact, stating that they have spoken to multiple sources saying this is what the Nintendo NX is. They are saying it's sort of a hybrid between the home console and the handheld console, like we all expected it to be, but it is leaning toward a mobile console. It will feature an NVIDIA Tegra X1 or X2 chip, making it by far the most powerful dedicated handheld gaming system on the market. I think I read somewhere this could potentially make it 2 or 2.5 times the power of the Wii U, but still not quite as powerful as the Xbox One or PlayStation 4. And especially not as powerful as Project Scorpio or PlayStation Neo. So think of it as another half step to the next generation in terms of power. But this thing is supposed to come with a base that lets you connect it to a TV and has controllers that detach from the system to play like a traditional home console system. Now, it's unclear if the controllers attach or detach from the console or the base, as this is hard to imagine if it's even true. But what are your guys' thoughts on this rumor and on Eurogamer putting themselves on the line by putting so much faith and believing these sources and posting this article?
Well, I wouldn't say it's like too much of a big surprise because, you know, rumors have been circulating like way before this that the NX was going to be type of a fusion hybrid console, half handheld, half home console. But from what Eurogamer is saying, it looks like it's going to be a little pushing towards more of the mobile side of the spectrum. You know, it's going to be a little bit of both. It's not really a little bit of both, but, you know, it's going to have the ability to do both. But it's more of a mobile game, something meant to take on the go, and then you can come home and play it on your TV. The one thing that's really bothering me about this, I should say the two things bothering me about this is that Eurogamer is one stating this as fact. A lot of people are you know, taking this as a rumor, and for a good reason. I'm still taking this as a rumor, you know, but Eurogamer is really putting their credibility out there on the line by saying this is a fact. And two, the other thing that's bothering me is that apparently, according to them, that the NX is going to be running on the NVIDIA Tegra chip, which is a great, powerful processor for mobile stuff like tablets and smartphones, but nowhere near as powerful as what the standards of consoles are today. So those are the two biggest things that are bothering me right now about this whole confirmation that Eurogamer is claiming.
Yeah, with the new chip that they're using, they have the NVIDIA Shield device that sort of already is what the Nintendo NX is going to be, to where it is this thing that plugs into the TV, but it also streams to its own controller with its own screen. And if they're using that concept for the NX, but you can also take it out on the go with you, this is an incredible handheld. As you mentioned, it's incredibly powerful for a handheld device, but whenever you play current home console games on it, how is that going to be affected? Is Nintendo going to be focusing on games that we've seen in the past, like Super Mario 3D World, the Wii U version of Smash Brothers, Super Mario Kart 8? Are we going to be getting games like that, or are they going to be more scaled back games meant for portable devices like Pokemon X and Y, Super Mario 3D Land as opposed to 3D World, and other games like that? Do you think their focus is going to be shifting towards the mobile game side of it, or do you think we're still going to be getting a hard divide to where we do get these home console titles that will work on it, plus the mobile console titles that we're used to getting?
I guess I don't know if this even remotely answers your question, but my main confusion is how big is this thing gonna be when we're talking about a portable console? Because if it's the size of a DS, then I don't really understand what's making it different from a DS that you just play on your TV. I'm a little bit confused as to what the actual main difference is here, because it runs on cartridges, I guess, like a DS. It's just a DS that you link up to your TV screen, or is it more like a Wii U gamepad that you take out and about? I know very, very, very little about the NX so far, and I mean, we all know very little, but based on this rumor, it seems like it's something that's portable. And it feels like for a home console, if you're downgrading from the gamepad, then you're maybe it feels like you're going a step backwards, like to something more like the DS, but then that's your main console. I'm very confused with like what's going to happen to the Wii U, what's going to happen to the DS, how the marketing's going to work for it. That doesn't even remotely answer your question. This is just like the first thing that's popping into my head. Is like I'm just confused as to how they're going to market it. Is it the new handheld Nintendo console? Is it the new main console, or is it like are they going to scrap the other two consoles? It's definitely and like again, they're not going to be able to. It's not going to be for playing out and about on the go, because you think about like mobile gaming, for example. The consoles tend to be able to fit in your pocket, which is kind of the idea of it. Because then you can, you put it down, take it out, you play the game. But with something that is supposed to be running these really great games and really high-res and powerful games, if it's any smaller than the gamepad for the Wii U, that's not something you're going to just be able to put in your pocket and take out and about. Like, if it's any bigger, or if it's the same sort of size. So I'm very confused to how it's not just a DS that has a docking station at home.
Nah, I totally understand where Toby's coming with this confusion, and to answer a bit of Jesse's question. I mean, look, I really don't know. Like, it's the same thing with Toby. I really don't know what direction they're gonna choose with this. If it's gonna be more on the mobile side, more of the console side, because I mean, from what Eurogamer is telling us, it's high-powered mobile, and it looks like that might be Nintendo's bigger focus on the two spectrums. But at the same time, Breath of the Wild is confirmed for NX, and that's a game that you play at home. That's not really a game you have to go play on the go and stuff. But there's a lot of people, when I made this, I made a video about this yesterday, and then a lot of people in my comment section were, I would say guessing, or I would say, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? But they were guessing that perhaps, according to Eurogamer, we're going to have a docking station to put the NX onto the screen NX. We're going to put that onto a docking station, and that's what's going to allow us to play our games on the big screen. Now, a lot of people in my comment section were saying that maybe the docking station is going to have an extra GPU in it in order to give the NX a bit more graphical boost or a bit more processing power once you connect it at home. And then whatever game that you play at home is going to look a lot better. It's going to run a lot better. It's going to have more features. All these, possibilities than what you play while you're on the go. So when you're playing on the go, it's going to look a little bit, like if a game were to look on the gamepad, because obviously when you play a game on the screen versus the gamepad looks a little, downscaled to what you see on the screen. So probably when you go on the go, it's going to be like the graphical qualities or capabilities of what you expect to see on the gamepad. And then once you put on the docking station, it'll have an extra GPU boost thanks to whatever could be inside of the docking station in order to, output the game a bit better or a lot better. There's so much mystery and confusion to this. It's hard to say what this NX is gonna be and what direction it's gonna take.
Going off of what you said there, HMK, and the people in your comments section, do you think that they will develop the handheld games like Pokemon X and Y and other games that we're used to as mobile game experiences to be played on the gamepad itself, and then we will get games like Breath of the Wild to where it has to be docked onto the station in order to use that extra power?
That would alienate a lot of people. That would definitely cause a huge divide. I feel that along with everything that you said, I feel that they might go, I would say, not the best of both worlds, but like both will have like I would say a fused evolution into each other, because with 3DS games, with mobile games, games that you find on your 3DS, they've been evolving gradually more and more and more thanks to more powerful systems than we had opposed to the Game Boy. The Game Boy can only run like, top-down view games with 8-bit graphics and stuff, but these things have evolved so much more that we can now play games that we never thought we could on the 3DS. Like, for example, Ocarina of Time. We got Ocarina of Time 3D, which looks a lot better, runs a lot better than what it was on the N64, and that's in the palm of your hand. And we also have Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, this huge adventure that was on the Wii, now in the palm of your hands. So like mobile gaming has evolved to the point where, you know, these games can compete to what we expect to see on console games in terms of scope, but not in terms of processing and in terms of graphical capabilities, but definitely in terms of scope. And thanks to that, I feel that the NX could be the marriage between those two, because, you know, it's gotten to the point where 3DS, or not 3DS, but mobile games could, you know, be considered console, like grand console adventures to what they can offer you in terms of scope. So I feel that, you know, all the games that, if this NX rumor turns out to be true, that all the games are going to, you know, fall along the lines of this. It has console capabilities, but it'll know its boundaries, it'll know its limitations if people decide to take it on the go.
I feel like it's got to be a replacement for the DS. Because if you think about, you know, your average gamer out and about, okay, so they got their phone to play their games on, you got your Pokemon Go on your phone, whatever. Then they've also got their DS with Pokemon on. Who's then also going to want to carry around their £200-300 console, or I guess more like $400 where you guys are? Who's going to want to carry that around on top of all the other consoles they're already carrying around? I feel like this has surely got to be a replacement for the DS. You know, like you're not going to see the DS and this being sold at the same time. Like, this is the next thing on from the 3DS. This is the next stage. But then also, I guess, the next stage on from the Wii U. I don't think they'll continue selling Wii U stuff long after. Yeah. I think it's a fusion.
If this is the fusion like you guys are talking about, and from what Eurogamer has stated, it does look like it's leaning more towards the mobile side of things, do you think that it's possible that for now, or at least the next couple of years, that this will be the answer for the next generation of 3DS games or DS games, and all of the projects that would have released on the Wii U, if it was a success, are going to be now put on this NX, and then in, say, 3 or 4 years time, if even that long, we will get the successor to an actual home console? Or do you think they're just going to be continuing with this one mix of both and just improving on it?
I could see them moving into the realms of just doing the one console, to be honest. I think we'll see the 3DS and the Wii U slowly, you know, take over the old game section of game stores and GameStops. And then we'll see the front runners will be Xbox One, PS4, and the Nintendo NX, and that'll be like it.
Right. So the final thing that I want to discuss about the NX before we move on is, as HMK stated earlier, Eurogamer is presenting this as if it is truth, 100% fact. To my knowledge, they're not calling it a rumor, they're just going as fact, and every site like IGN, Kotaku that's reporting on this are also leaning towards it being fact and not taking it with a grain of salt. So how do you feel about this? Do you think they should put up that it is a rumor, or do you think them saying that they've confirmed it with several different sources is enough? Because as HMK stated, they are kind of putting their reputation on the line with this.
Yeah, I gotta say, they're really ballsy in, like, you know, putting out an article like this, saying that it's fact, that, yo, this is what the NX is, we know, and all that stuff. I mean, like, for the most part, I believe that Eurogamer has been a pretty respected website with a good amount of credibility. So, you know, it's really weird for them to go out and say something like this, and they've literally got the internet in the palm of their hands with this kind of confirmation, because, you know, so many people have been wondering what the NX is, and, you know, they're claiming this is what it is, and what they are claiming is pretty balls to the wall with, you know, what they're saying. You know, like, it's a high-powered mobile console, it's going to use cartridges, it's going to use the NVIDIA Tegra chip. They're calling out a lot of specific things when it comes to this, and, you know, it's really weird for them to do something like this. And if they get proven otherwise, their credibility is down the drain. You know, no one's gonna go to their site anymore. So for them to make a claim like this, I feel they're really believing in their sources, or if they've seen it for themselves, I don't know. But, you know, it's such a slippery slope which they've set up. You know, a lot of people are now like, you know, having their, you know, marking their charts for September now. They're ready for this reveal, and they're ready to call out everyone who said it. I mean, this is different from the people who've been spreading rumors and the leakers such as Emily Rogers and everyone that's been, you know, putting out these leaks. It's different because, you know, these leaks and rumors, we take them as such. And but Eurogamer's case is different. They're not saying a leak, they're not saying a rumor, they're saying these are the facts. We know, we have sources confirming, and this is what it is. So, you know, their reputation is really on the line with this one, and you know, excuse my language, but shit is gonna hit the fan when, you know, the NX gets revealed.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably telling. To be honest, I think they're probably telling the truth. Like, they, as you say, they must be pretty confident in their sources that they have accurate information, because, as you say, their reputation is on the line. They don't want to become known as that website that's peddling, you know, incorrect information. So I think it's probably true. That said, as a consumer, it hasn't been officially announced yet. I'm not going to make any kind of like, oh, I need to sell my 3DS type decision. I mean, not that I would, but like, I mean, it just doesn't really affect me as a consumer in any kind of way. I'm not going to be making any kind of decisions. I don't even know what decisions, but, you know, oh, I'm going to sell that console, or I need to make a new space for a new console in my, you know, at this point in time. Nothing's been confirmed yet, you know, so I think it's probably true, but at the same time, it doesn't really affect me, so I'm not too fussed as to whether, you know, if it's not true, I just know not to go to Eurogamer, right?
Right.
For my information. But as you say, they're pretty reputable, and, like, people know them, and so they've got to be pretty darn confident that they've got it right, which kind of tells me that it probably is accurate. Plus, it aligns with everything else we've been hearing, right? Over the last however long.
Right. For the most part, at least.
Okay, well, hey, I'm Keeper Toby. I have a primarily Pokemon channel. I do Pokemon theories, top 10s, that kind of jazz, but I'm looking to move into Zelda come next year, which is why I thought it'd be a cool idea to reach out to some of you other Zelda tubers and just start talking about more Zelda-y things with you. And yeah, mostly I do theory stuff. I'm really into the lore of video games.
Hey guys, I'm HMK. I like to talk passionately about video games. I love to yell, I love to rant, I love to get people hyped, and I delve a lot into The Legend of Zelda and Kingdom Hearts, and like Keeper Toby and Jesse, I am also a theorist. I love to do theories on The Legend of Zelda and Kingdom Hearts. So if you like that, you should, you know, give my channel a try. But I also delve into all things Nintendo, a broad scope. But you know, my main focus is my two biggest loves is definitely Zelda and Kingdom Hearts.